And just like that, we're back, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. Now, today's video is really like 13 years in the making. 2011, Geneva, Switzerland. At the Geneva Motor Show, Lamborghini drops the Aventador. My jaw hits the floor. And then there that day, way too soon, I think to myself, how is Lamborghini ever going to top the Aventador? What is the Aventador replacement going to look like? We now know it's Revuelto. 6.5 liter V12, 1,000 horsepower, electrification. But of course, the be-all end-all question is, how's she drive? We're gonna find that out today. We're actually gonna leave the Aventador here at the house. I hope it makes sense later on in today's video, hopefully. Now, as far as my Revuelto, most of you guys know I had an order for a Revuelto. I canceled said order, which I'm starting to have a little bit of canceler's remorse. Now, I'm still hoping someday to order another Revuelto. How and if that's possible, I don't really know what spec I'll go with. I don't entirely know. We're headed off to Lamborghini of Salt Lake City, though. They took delivery of one of the first Revueltos in the country, and we get to drive it. This is what childhood dreams are made of. We're driving the flagship. Now, I love almost every single thing about the new M2, except listen to this exhaust. Really, this is in performance. It sounds awful, and that's what the valves open. Now, after Lamborghini Salt Lake and we drive the Revuelto, we're actually headed to Ohio, so I got a flight at 5:30. That's why we're taking the M2 and not the Aventador, so we gotta pack up. Also, the camera work here in this car, like of the garage, that is beautiful. I should have packed last night, but, well, here we are again. So we're headed off to Ohio to the Triple F event on Sunday. If you live in the greater Midwest area, I'd love to see you out there. We gotta pack up, we gotta get laptop, camera equipment, drone, and clothes. Now, my flight is not until 5:30 p.m., so I'm not worried about missing out on that. It's the Revuelto test drive. The car is a dealership demo car. I only get to drive it for maybe 20-25 minutes, so I don't wanna be late for that. Also, the Ridge carry-on. I've been using this thing for 6 months. This is unbreakable. Now, the real question for Triple F, how hard do we want to flex? We got the Duckies with the Sunnies. That's pretty cool. That might be a little too hard. I always love this pair. We're gonna need a couple pairs. We're going for 3 days. I think we're bringing out the pink Gators. And I also love all the different travel cases that come with the Ridge carry-on. We have a sleeve here for the laptop. It's just really nice to be able to organize all my camera equipment within the carry-on. We got battery chargers here. We got batteries there. It all fits in seamless. And yes, of course, today's video has been sponsored by the Ridge, which is sick because I love all the Ridge products. This baby is also waterproof, and I'm gonna prove the method behind that madness later on after I pack up all my most important belongings. Now, the capacity, 48 liters. And I absolutely love the locking mechanism here. The handle is really durable. It comes in 5 different colors. The wheels rotate 360 degrees, making it super easy to maneuver. All packed up, locked and loaded, and as luck would have it, a monsoon just hit the state of Utah. To show you guys how confident I am in the Ridge carry-on being waterproof, we're just gonna set it down here in the rain. We're gonna walk away, and the heavens are gonna prove the method of the madness. Oh, hailing right now, and they're not like the biggest hail you've ever seen in your entire life. All right, we get it. Don't worry, the Ridge, it's 30% thicker than a standard carry-on. All right, I gotta go move some cars. This was definitely not supposed to happen mid-sponsor bit, but such is life. Whew, that hail's pretty big. I realize you guys may not be all too impressed, so we're gonna speed up this process. We're bringing out the heavy artillery. We gotta turn it up to full capacity. Instead of watering the lawn, we're gonna water the Ridge carry-on. I told you, baby, this thing is waterproof. Just to make it easier, we're gonna go in here. Everything is dry as can be. The laptop is good, all the clothes are good. We're set. And legit, 7 minutes later, it is nothing but sunny and blue skies, monsoon out there in the distance. Now, the Ridge also has a larger check-in luggage that comes in 5 colors that has a capacity of 70 liters. Check out the link below. Use my code STRADMAN to get up to 10% off. That is ridge.com/STRADMAN. Well, Sophia's not gonna be very happy with me. We spent all last week cleaning the garage floors. One rainstorm. Game over. All right, we're headed to Lamborghini Salt Lake and then Ohio. On the M2, should we go wide body of the world or should we do big power? This car out of the box, 450 odd horsepower. This thing is fast. Girth Nation, do we make you proud or do we build like a, not a Koenigsegg killer, we only got 13 grand for the budget, but like, do we make this car properly fast? This M2 is such a fantastic daily drive. This car is so nice. It has air-conditioned seats. I didn't even turn them on. They just started blowing on my backside, which feels very nice because I got sweat. It's very hot in Utah. As a new member commissioned into BMW Nation, I will be using my blinkers every single turn for the foreseeable future. I will not conform to the stereotype that are BMW drivers. They are stacked. Every color of Urus imaginable. That is beautiful. We got a satin white Sterrato somewhere back there. And the color palette on the Huracans is crazy. We got the Verde Hermes right there. Very cool Performante. Verde Turbine STO. Verde Mantis as well. All the greens in one parking lot. The road presence this thing has is simply unbeatable. Verde Turbine Revuelto. And of course, naturally on cue, there's an STO parked in the exact same spec. That thing looks crazy. I'm starting to have very, very big cancerous remorse. I canceled my car a couple months ago. Had I saw it in the flesh, I might have changed my mind. Seeing the Revuelto at a car show or in the Lamborghini lounge is special, but seeing it under the Utah sun on the road is just a whole different level. This car from every single angle is just absolutely gorgeous. That's not bad. That is a stock exhaust system out of the box. That's proper. All right, Lamborghini, salute you. You've never looked better. You're glistening. Wait, so you're telling me that your job today is to just drive the Revuelto around? Yeah. Unbelievable. That's it. Well, this is the moment we have all been waiting for. It's so crazy being in this car after such a long time. So we have 175 miles on the odometer. This thing is brand spanking new. So you got 1,000 horsepower, electrification, 6.5 liter V12, 0 to 60. I'm putting you on the spot, Tom.
You catch me.
Basically, very fast.
Yeah,
stupid fast. Stupid fast. Now, most of you guys know I am a self-proclaimed Lamborghini fanboy. I got 2 Aventadors. That car is so good. The Revuelto, though, is on a whole different level. This thing just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. And a lot of the journalists don't like the single clutch. I do love it. It's a lot of drama. This thing, though, it still has the drama, but it's smooth as butter. Listen to these downshifts. This thing takes off. That is 9,000 RPMs. Kind of like the Huracan, you can see you got the blinkers here on the steering wheel, all the different drive modes. Get a little bit of clearance. You thought we were in Utah, we're actually in Mexico. Go. Oh my gosh. That is insanity. The way the revs climb is out of control. What? All right, that is on the brakes. This thing is a heavy car, but you would never know it. Like, this thing stops on a dime. Boys, we gotta get a Revuelto ASAP. We gotta order one ASAP. This car is just like so addicting. Watching that speedometer climb. I gotta point the camera in my face, obviously, because, you know, just for legal reasons, whatnot. But goodness, it's just so addicting. The downshifts sound deadly as well. There's no aftermarket exhaust for this car quite yet. But man, this thing is gonna scream. We have been given the nod to turn it into Corsa mode. See if there's a little bit of difference. You guys know in an Aventador, Corsa mode is absolutely crazy. Corsa mode in Aventador will snap your neck off. So we're in Corsa mode now. You can see the entire instrument cluster completely changed. I love that feature as well. The interior, all the ergonomics. I love how like far out the dashboard is, the strake of the front windshield. We go up to 9,200 RPMs. We're not gonna use launch control right yet. This car has 193 miles on it. It's a dealer demo car as well, so no launch control, at least. No launch control, right? No launch control? No. Tom says no launch control. Maybe someday, maybe if we get it on a racetrack someday. So, look both ways. Okay, oh my gosh, that's so, okay, that is sick. Sport mode is crazy, but Corsa mode, like you can feel it in your chest. That was wild. One more time, just to make sure. That kicks so hard. This car is a raging bull. This is 100% a raging bull. This thing is so sick. This car is not for sale, right, Tom? I cannot buy this and take it home today. So I cannot buy this car today, but if I could, I would. Seeing this car out in the wild is just a whole different ball game. This thing is so sick from every single angle. So I just drove the car in Corsa mode before Tom, the owner of Lamborghini Salt Lake. So now I want to experience it as a passenger. Do your words. Go as crazy you want, okay? I'll hold on for dear life.
Yeah, what part of Mexico were you in?
Exactly, yes. Welcome to beautiful Guadalajara. We got Guadalupe Peak way out there in the distance. Actually, there's no humidity. It's amazing. Anytime you ride in the car, it's very important to also experience it from a passenger as well, because I think it's a little bit more violent because I'm not in control of the inputs. So I want to feel this car. Got all the cool new tech too. This thing is just dying. Like I said, it is a different feel in the passenger seat because I'm not controlling the throttle or the brakes or the steering at all. This thing just pushes you back in the seat, and the downshifts are deadly. Like, that is a stock exhaust. Imagine you remove like a little bit of restriction, this thing is gonna scream. Corsa mode, Revuelto. Oh my gosh. Hold on for your lives, boys. That is 55 miles. Obviously, I'm kidding. Wow. You are just pinned, and each gear shift, you do not feel anything whatsoever to infinity and beyond. And the brakes, the crazy thing, on the brakes all the way, like there is no movement whatsoever. You are as straight as a pencil. Now, the stereotypical Lamborghini owner is loud, obnoxious, impolite, and inconsiderate, but Tom is not that. We're in a residential area. We've popped it in full EV mode. You can't even hear the V12 whatsoever. Calm, cool, and collected. No big deal. Dagan is telling us that we messed up. There's a Corsa Performance?
Yeah, you
Were
guys
we in
aren't
Corsa
doing
Great?
this
Are
right.
you kidding
You're
me?
in grandpa mode.
Well, all right, we're going back. We're gonna go drive another couple hours. Sorry about that, Dagan.
See, look. You
should
guys
know
were driving around in Corsa Hybrid.
Seriously?
Yes.
What did we lose
you
power-wise,
do
you think?
And you go to performance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Corsa Hybrid is amazing.
Well, try it on performance and it's even better.
Right, Dagan tells us as soon as we get back to the dealership, you could have told us 20 minutes ago.
You should have asked.
All right, well, I'm coming back tomorrow, Tom. I got to drive it again. I got to get the full experience, right?
Yeah, next time, ask for me. I'll show you how to do it.
No. Anybody watching this channel, never ride with this guy. He is a lunatic and a madman. Not that Tom's much better, but a little crazier.
Maybe.
A little bit.
Maybe.
Now, I want to say the MSRP on this exact car is right around $700,000, give or take. The purple car that I was going to get was going to be $725,000. That car had like a little bit more carbon fiber than this, but this Verde turbine, the matte military green, is so killer. I love the back end, that Centenario S. I mean, this car from every single angle is just perfection. I think we might get a couple baby revs. That is Corsa Performance, baby. Good. And right on cue, ladies and gentlemen, the Murcielago Roadster. There's just nothing like a Mercy Roadster, though. I mean, I love the Revuelto, I love the Aventador, but that car, that's like my childhood car right there. Mercy Roadster in yellow, chef's kiss. Well, massive shout out to the entire team here at Lamborghini of Salt Lake City. That Revuelto. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. Someday, one day, I'm hoping maybe in a year, maybe 2 years, I'm gonna order another one, but until that day comes, I'm gonna be dreaming about it every single day. I just got the old notification. My flight has been delayed approximately 2 hours, so we're now headed home. Before I give my full comprehensive review of the Revuelto, now that we're not driving the car, we're gonna swap it out for the Aventador. Well, from Revuelto into old reliable, now it's not really gonna be a fair comparison. This has a straight pipe Gintani exhaust. Sounds a lot better, but like I said, aftermarket, not really fair. Now, as far as names, Aventador, Revuelto, I think I like Aventador better. Aventador, like Lamborghini, Aventador, Aventador is one of the best names of all time. I like Revuelto, but I'm gonna give it to Aventador. I will say the steering wheel on the Revuelto had so many different buttons. The Aventador is much cleaner, but in the defense of the Revuelto, I was in that car for maybe 30 minutes today. I've driven an Aventador for 8 years. I know the Revuelto is faster, but the transmission in this car and the sound of that exhaust makes this car feel faster, but it's not. It's crazy how a car that is more raw and less refined feels faster because it's less raw. The transmission on this car snaps so hard, you feel like you're going faster. It's like a placebo effect, but you're not. Really shouldn't, but at the same time, oh my gosh. Yep, I'm embarrassing myself. All right, so, Revuelto. I realized my video today was not like a full and comprehensive, like top level review of the Revuelto, but you have to remember, like it was a dealer demo car. I drove the car for maybe 20 minutes. There's a time slot right after me. Another prospective buyer is driving the car. I just didn't have that much time in the car, and I don't know the car that well, so I do have to apologize. I want to drive it again someday here very soon and give you guys like a better feel of what it's like, but overall I loved it. It has the sauce, it has the secret ingredient, it has the intangible, like it feels like a flagship V12 Lamborghini, and sometimes that's like a little bit hard to describe. You just got to be in the car to like understand what I'm trying to say, but it felt like it commanded presence, just like an Aventador. I really only have 2 gripes on the Revuelto, and the grand scheme they're not that important. Gripe number 1, I feel like the steering wheel, there's just like too much going on. It's too easy to hit the wrong button. Imagine you arrive to a car show on a sunny day, you hit the windshield wipers, you look like an idiot. My second gripe on the Revuelto is when you get in and out of the car, and I wanted to get out of the Aventador to showcase why I like the Aventador better than the Revuelto. So when you get in the Aventador, you can see you got that very nice door sill right here that says Aventador. Well, unfortunately on the Revuelto, I didn't really film it, and I wish I would have. I got a photo of it here that I'll overlay on the screen. It's just a piece of carpet. Whereas this looks so much more finished and so much more complete, whereas the carpet is kind of like, I don't know. I just wish it said Revuelto, just like this. Obviously, I'm not a professional auto journalist, but those are my 2 gripes. There's too many buttons on the steering wheel, and the door sill doesn't say Revuelto. In the grand scheme, that's pretty good. Also pretty good. God bless you, Aventador. I'm not trying to compare Revuelto to Aventador right now. I'm just trying to enjoy the sweet symphony of a single clutch downshift. Single clutch has its time and a place, and the downshift is hard to beat. Once the aftermarket gets a hold of the Revuelto though, it's gonna be a whole different ballgame. Oh my gosh, it is gonna be crazy. And go. I will admit there are certain situations where the single clutch is a little bit of a back and forth roller coaster, but it's not for the faint of heart. I don't really mind it, to be honest. Like traffic in the summertime, it can be a little bit brutal, but you know what? It's give and take. Well, after driving the Revuelto today, 100% certainty I'm definitely ordering one. When that's gonna happen, I don't actually really know, because the million-dollar question is, are they gonna drop a Roadster? Are they gonna drop an SV? And if they do, when will that happen? The coupe is amazing, but a Roadster Revuelto would be like just upper echelon. Now, the reason I canceled my car, the predetermined car, the purple car, I didn't love the spec, I didn't hate the spec, and I just felt like for $725,000, I wanna be patient, I wanna hold out and get my absolute dream spec, because this is a car that theoretically I'll have for the rest of my life. Now, what the dream spec is, I don't actually know. I was just playing with the Lamborghini Revuelto configurator, doing a little bit of daydreaming, and these three colors really stood out to me. We've got blue Glauco up top, blue Cephas in the middle, and Viola Bass on the bottom. So Viola Bass, that's the color of Schmee's STO. Blue Cephas, you might remember the Centenario I filmed in Hawaii years ago. And then blue Glauco is almost like a Tiffany, kind of like a Miami blue, very, very cool color. I'm not saying with 100% certainty that I'm going with one of these three colors, but you gotta admit, I'm going bright for sure. 100% we're going bright, we're not going stealthy, you guys know my style. I want a color that matches the garage perfectly. Now, Revuelto coming to the channel soon. Maybe sooner than you think.